Shalom, Ahab, wa Baraka. In other words, peace, love, and blessings. First and foremost, Kahalala Yahweh, Ba'Shem Shai, Ba'Hashem Kwakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the prophets, the teachers, bringing out the 100% truth and to the sincere Akim Akwath. Salutations. All right, it's real early in the morning. All the dogs in the neighborhood are out there barking all night last night, so let's just get into it. All right, some old notes. So I just want to bring me out of class though. So I guess this class is going to be called Faith Will Strengthen You, or Faith is Your Strength. Your faith in Yahweh is your strength. That's what's going to protect you. That's how you're going to win. Glasses. I don't even care. I don't need glasses. The Most High is going to allow me to see what I need to. Let's go ahead and get Numbers chapter 13. Yeah, I still haven't switched out this bar stool yet. Gotta get it out of here. All right, so in Numbers chapter 13, we want to start at the top. Okay, so like I said, this class is called Faith is Our Strength. So the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Send thou men that they may search the land of Canaan, which I give unto the children of Israel. Of every tribe of their fathers shall ye send a man, every one a ruler among them. So he's saying the heads of the tribes, the rulers, our forefathers, the ones that are supposed to be above us in leadership positions. I think you understand. And Moses, by the commandment of Yahweh, sent them from the wilderness of Paran. All those men were heads of the children of Israel. Like I said, these are all the leaders. Let's skip down to verse 31. Let's start at 25. We're going to jump to 25. So we know Moses took all the heads of the tribes of Israel, and he told them that you need to go out and that you're going to be doing this. Am I all the way? Am I ever in the camera? Might be a little better. So he's saying the leaders, your elders, he's sending them out. So so they went out. Now they're coming back with a report. So let's jump down to verse 25. And they returned from searching of the land after 40 days. So they returned after 40 days. And they went and came to Moses and Aaron and all the congregation of the children of Israel unto the wilderness of Paran, to Kadesh, and brought back word unto them and unto all the congregation, and showed them the fruit of the land. And they told him and said, We came into the land whither thou sentest us, and surely it floweth with milk and honey, and this is the fruit of it. Nevertheless, the people be strong that dwell in the land, and the cities are walled and very great. And moreover, we saw the children of Anak there. So they're already starting to say, hey, it's pretty strong, and this, that, and the third. I don't know. The Amalekites dwell in the land of the south, and the Hittites and the Jebusites, and the Amorites dwell in the mountains, and Canaan dwell by the sea, and by the coast of the Jordan, or Jordan. So I have a 1611. There's no J's in this. In my 1611, there are no J's. So you're not going to see the word Jesus like the guy from Sunday. Oh, it's Jesus, the only name you know him by. Really? That's one of the names that neither me nor my forefathers knew. Worshipping false gods. So, but anyway, I just had to bring that out. Maybe I'll do a class on that next. So, and by the coast of the Jordan. And Caleb stilled the people, because like now they're like, oh man, this, that, and the third. They're starting to give a bad report. And Caleb's like, hey. Settle down. So Caleb stilled the people before Moses and said, let us go up at once and possess it, for we are well and able to overcome it. His strength was in his faith. Everybody else, you could see that they were weak. They were cowards. They were worthless. And that's why Yahweh had to get rid of all those people at a certain time. When you're a coward, the Most High ain't dealing with you. You have no faith, you're not getting dealt with. But so Caleb's telling, man, we can overcome this. But the men that went up with him said, we are not able to go against the people. They are stronger than we. And they brought up an evil report in the land which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, the land, though which we have gone to search it, is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof, and all the people that we saw in it are men of great stature. So he's literally the elders from each tribe, the leaders of the camps, are literally saying, we went up and looked, and man, these guys are way tougher than us. There's no way we can handle them. There's just nothing we could do. We should probably just stay out of the land. So clearly they have zero faith. Zero faith. But Caleb, he's standing strong in his faith. He's like, nah, we can handle this. So let's go on. Let's do this. Let's go to chapter 14. Starting from the top. And all the congregation lifted up their voices and cried, and the people wept that night. So what they did was, through their lack of faith, they came back with a bad report, telling everybody that it was just not going to be good for us to go in this land, and now everybody's they're all uptight, they're scared. Only one person had faith to actually say that we could overcome. So that's it on that. So Caleb was possessing all the strength and the faith at that time. He was ready to fight. The children of Israel forgot that Yahweh not only removed them from Egypt, but they already forgot about the plagues. They forgot about the parting of the Red Sea. They forgot about the manna. They forgot about the water. They forgot how their clothes their clothes aren't tattered after all this time. Their shoes are still good. Everything's perfect on them. And yet they don't have the understanding in their own minds to realize that Yahweh has done all these things. So they lack faith. Let's jump around now. Let's do some jumping around. Let's go to the book of Matthew. We're going to go to chapter 17. And we're going to jump down to the point. I think it's 20. And Yahushua said unto them, because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if ye have the faith of a grain of mustard seed, you shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. So Yahushua is telling the disciples at this time, all you have to do is have faith. If you just had the tiniest bit of faith, you could do the most work. But these guys, they lack faith. So Our strength, though, our strength is our faith. Let me show you. Because it even says, be faithful unto death. Let me get that real quick. Let me get that really quick. Man, I wish I had my other book. It's all the way in the truck. Let me get that real quick. Be faithful unto death. And that's Revelation 2:10. So let's get that. We gotta get that. This is really important too. Revelation 2:10. Fear none of the things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye might be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death. Be faithful unto death, and I will give you a crown of life. So, now let's go over to, we're going to go back over into the Bible, back over to Maccabees. So, we know that if we're faithful unto death, we're going to receive a crown of life, and to fear none of the things that which may happen to you in this journey. This is only carnal flesh we're in. This isn't even how, this isn't our end result bodies. It said that we will be made incorruptible and immortality. The mortal, this is mortal, must put on immortality. So we must be immortal. We must be like superheroes. So we're not there yet. Let's go over to the book of 2 Maccabees. Because, like I said, fear none of the things which should happen to you. 2 Maccabees, chapter 7. Let's get it. And we're going to go down to the point, which is, we're going to start from the top. Alright, this story is about the ballad of Hannah. She had 7 sons, and they refused to eat swine's flesh. I should send that directly to the ballad. I should send this story directly to that bugged out Jake that told everybody that you could eat pork, and then did a whole thing after he soaked it in Coca-Cola for 2 days, and Coca-Cola's unclean, pork's unclean, and but anyway, let's stick to the point. It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh, and were tormented with scourges and whips. It's against our law to eat swine's flesh. So all you people that are justifying it, you're definitely not an Israelite. I mean, you're an Israelite. How would we say that? They're from Israel, but not of Israel. So that's Romans 9:6. Let's get that real quick too, because I'm talking about this guy. And he's telling you, these people are telling you it's okay to eat pork, but it's against our law to eat swine's flesh. Not as though the word of Yahweh hath taken none effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel. You're not practicing or worshiping as an Israelite, but you call yourself an Israelite. You're in a bad place. Let's go back to Maccabees, because we're going to show you how you're supposed to treat pork in this story. And like I said, that fear none of the things which may happen to you, because be faithful unto death. So it came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh, and were tormented with scourges and whips. So they were beating the brakes off them because they wouldn't eat the swine flesh. Let's keep going. But one of them that spake first said thus, What wouldest thou ask or learn of us. We are all ready to die, rather than transgress the laws of our Father. Be faithful unto death. We would rather die than transgress the laws of our Father. Let's keep going. Then the king began, being in a rage, commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot, which forthwith being heated, he commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spake first, and to cut off the utmost parts of his body, the rest of his brethren and his mother looking on. Be faithful unto death. They cut this guy's body parts off and throw him in a skillet. Now, when he was thus maimed in all his members, cut off all of his limbs, he commanded him, being yet alive, he's still alive, to be brought to the fire and to be fried in the pan. He fried him in a giant frying pan. And as the vapor of the pan was for a good space dispersed, they exhorted one another, they encouraged one another, the mother to die manfully, saying thus: The Lord Yahweh looketh upon us, and in truth hath comfort in us, as Moses in his song, which witnessed to their faces, declared, saying, And he shall be comforted in his servants. So this is what faith is. This is the real faith. Whatever this is real strength. You know how strong mentally you have to be to get your body chopped up and your tongue cut out and still say, no, I would never eat, and then get thrown into a frying pan while you're dying? There's strength in faith. Let's jump to verse 14. So when he was ready to die, he said thus: It is good being put to death. It's good being put to death by men. To look for hope from Yahweh, to be raised up again by him. Strength, pure strength. As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection to life. And so, as you can see, these sons had faith. These sons had faith. They were willing to die for the truth. Let's jump around some more. Let's go to the book of Proverbs. I wonder why those dogs bark every morning like that. Let's go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 3. We're going right down to the point, verse 25 and 26. But be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh. For Yahweh shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken. So it says, don't worry about the things that are going to happen to you. Fear not, because the people that have faith in Yahweh, it says right here, Yahweh shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken. So he's going to protect those that have faith in him. If you have no faith in him, he's going to be like, I did not know you. So, let's keep going. Let's keep going because I want to get Matthew. Get a precept real quick. Matthew chapter 4. And we're going to jump down to verse 9. And saith unto him, all these things will I give thee if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Let me go back to Proverbs. What? Whoops. See, when I wrote this class last night, I had something on my mind because I had that precept that if thou wilt bow down and worship me. So let me go back to Proverbs chapter 3 and go back to 25 and 26. But be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh. For the Lord shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken. So, and I want to bring that precept out. So, and it was in Matthew, but I got to go back to the Maccabees because that also what I just said goes into Sirach. I think it's 2 and 3. Prepare thyself for temptation and be cheerful of thy low estate and whatever be. Let me just get it. Dang it. Let me get this precept real quick for Proverbs. Set thy heart, this is Sirach 2 and 2. Set thy heart aright, constantly endure, make not haste in time of trouble, cleave unto him, depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. So, and when you're in Proverbs, it's saying the exact same thing. Let's go back over to the Maccabees, though. Because I want that precept in Matthew goes back to the Maccabees. So back to 2 Maccabees, back to chapter 7, and going back to this, all right, I'm going to read this to you because we got to go back into the Maccabees. Because Matthew, this goes into Matthew 4 and 9. So let's jump back a little bit and just get it. We're going to pick up right where we left off at verse 15. Afterwards they brought the fifth also and mangled him, and looked he unto the king and said, Thou hast the power over men, thou art corruptible. Thou dost what thou wilt. Yet think not that our nation is forsaken of Yahweh, because he has, going back into the faith. Also, but abide a little and behold his great power, how he will torment thee and thy seed. So he's telling him, because of his strong faith in the Most High, he's unchangeable. He's telling him, you're the one that's going to go down. He's chopped up and mangled, getting ready to die. He's saying, I can't wait to see what happens to you. You don't even know. So, I want to read, let's keep going though. Verse 18. After him also they brought the sixth, who being ready to die said, Be not deceived without cause, for we suffer these things for ourselves, having sinned against our Father, Yahweh. Therefore, marvelous things are done unto us. So the sixth son, there were 7 sons, but when the sixth son came in, he said, we deserve this to happen to us because we're sinners. Pure faith. But think not thou that takest in hand to strive against Yahweh, that thou shalt escape unpunished. He's telling him, you are going to get punished also. This is it. And these men, these sons of the mother, this is what real faith is like. Unchangeable, uncorruptible. So, here we go. I want to show you this. I'm jumping up to verse 24. This is what I'm talking about. This is the true faith. Now, Antiochus, what was the time of Antiochus? Anyway, now Antiochus, thinking himself despised and suspecting it to be a reproachful speech, while the youngest was yet alive, did not only exhort him by words, but also assured him with catches that he would make him both rich and happy, and a happy man, if he would turn from the laws of his father, and that also he would take him for his friend and trust him with affairs. So he's literally saying, bow down to me, eat this swine's flesh, and I will make this all yours. You'll be my partner in this kingdom, pretty much. So I consider that a bold-faced lie. And of course the young man, but when the young man would in no case hearken unto him, the king called his mother and exhorted her that she would counsel the young man to save his life. So he's really doing everything he can right now to try and get this young man to break Yahweh's law and taste the swine's flesh. So they just really badly want us to be in sin. That way they can justify the wickedness that they're going to be doing to us. Let's go back now to Matthew chapter 4. So this guy is trying to seduce him with all of these presents and gifts for following suit and breaking God's law. But it says, and he said unto him, this is Matthew 4:9 again, and he said unto him, all these things will I give thee if thou wilt fall down and worship me. He didn't worship him. Him and his mom ended up dead. But the point is this is true faith. This is how an undying faith in Yahweh works. He watched his whole family die. He watched all his brothers die, and then he came in strong too. He wasn't going out at all any way different than his brothers. He had something to say. He mocked the king. The king was mad. The king killed him, and then ultimately took the mother out too. So let's keep going. Let's go to Matthew chapter 10. Matthew 10 and Matthew chapter 10, and we're going to start at verse 5. These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into the city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Okay, so now we're moving on to the disciples. And he's telling them, don't go to these people over here. No, go to the lost sheep. I want you to wake up the children of Israel that don't know who they are. Let's jump down to verse 28. Wait. Let me keep going. But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And as you go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the leper, raise the dead, cast out devils freely. Ye have received freely. Give. So we all know what that means. The word isn't for sale. You shouldn't be selling a precept package. Anybody that's selling a precept package has no faith in Yahweh. They worship money. Provide neither gold nor silver nor brass in your purses. So take nothing with you. This word in faith, you don't need $150 million to bring out the truth. All I need to do is pay my phone bill and I can go on YouTube anytime I want. So really, it only costs about $50 or $60 a month to bring out the truth. And if you can't figure that out on your own, then you're not, how would you say it? You're not, you're not working to your own, your hands are not, what is the dang word? You work for your own stuff. Man, I am just having the worst time today. What is it called? Man, I'm getting that. These hands have, to my necessity and the people around me. What chapter and verse? Let's see. You know yourselves that these hands of mine have supplied my own needs. Wait. There it is. Yea, ye yourselves know that these hands have ministered. That's the word I'm looking for. They have ministered unto my necessities and to them that were with me. So you don't, he's saying you don't need anything. Just get out there, teach the word in faith. Be faithful to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. He'll do the rest. So now where were we? We're at Matthew. And let's go back to 28. Read it again. And fear not them which kill the body, but are able to kill the soul. But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. So he's saying, don't be scared of the people that you have to minister to. Fear Yahweh, who could take you out at any time. See, the Hannah and her 7 sons had no fear of the oppressor. They knew that they were going to die. But what was going to change if they listened to the oppressor? You know what would have changed? They would have had no resurrection. The Most High ain't dealing with you. That's what saying, I don't know you, man. When all that stuff happened, you weren't faithful unto death. So you do not receive a crown of life. So it's saying, fear not them which kill the body, but are able to kill the soul, but are not able to kill the soul. But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Okay? And that's Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushai. That's who's able to kill the body and soul in hell. Nobody else can do that. So, through faith, you're going to go out. You're going to teach. You don't need money. You don't need anything. You're going to minister to your own necessity. That's true faith. That's the 100% faith. And through that faith, you get the 100% truth. Not veering to the right or to the left or being taken away by some just any random doctrine of men. We're not doing that. So let's jump around some more. Let's stay in the book of Matthew. And let's go to chapter 5. And we're going to jump down to verse 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. So he's sending us out in the highways and the byways. He's sending us out to preach to the wind. He's sending us out to minister. He's telling us that we really just don't need anything. All we need is to be able to teach this truth, and he's going to take care of the rest. So, let me read verse 10. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Which goes right back to the 7 sons. So there's a reward to being a martyr for Yahushua, for Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. There's a reward for that. So let's go ahead and jump back into 17. Think not that I've come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, until heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till it be fulfilled. Let me read it again. I chewed it up. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled. So whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commands shall be and shall teach men, so shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. So Hannah and her 7 sons are great in the kingdom of heaven. And it says, whoever break one of these least commandments, because today it's very interesting. Oh, you have faith, but you say you keep the laws, but you don't keep the laws. You can't keep the laws. In fact, the laws are done away with. Really? Okay. This is where we know you don't understand the Bible. When it says that whosoever shall break one of the least commandments, because we can't keep the law, there's certain things we can still do. We could still run this dress code to the best of our ability. I wouldn't go out wearing fringes trying to look like the dudes out there fighting in the streets, eating pork, womanizing, and taking money from the people. All those camps are wearing those big, giant fringes that go down at the bottom of your curtains. They're curtain embellishments. But there's nothing wrong with keeping the dress code. There isn't. But you got to be very circumspect. When you put those fringes on, in faith, you better hope that you're keeping them on in faith, because as soon as you do and step outside, somebody's going to recognize you and say, oh, it's one of those guys, those terrorist, black-only Hebrew Israelite terrorist group. You're going to be considered one of those guys. So watch out for those fringes. Get some different type of fringes or something if you want to wear those. But the dietary laws, we can keep the dietary laws. No pork. We can easily keep the dietary laws. We can easily keep the high holy days. We can easily keep all the Sabbaths. So those are little things we could do. We could study. We can pray. We can teach our family. Teach your children in the way in which they... See, these are just little commandments. These are the least of the commandments. These are the least. And if you can't keep the least of the commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. What's the highest in the kingdom of heaven? Rulership. What would be the lowest in the kingdom? A servitude. Servant. So, by faith, though, we're going to do the best we can to follow the instructions that was given to us. Let's stay in the book of Matthew. I'll be surprised if I even put this class in. Chapter 16. Getting a lot of Matthew today. Let's go to the point in 23. But he turned and said unto Peter, Go ye behind me, Satan. Thou art an offense unto me, for thou savorest not the things that be of Yahweh, but those that are of men. I'm sorry, I'm still in the 1611, and some of the words are really hard to read, and I don't even have my glasses. I don't even know where they are, but I still want to go look for them. So, he's calling Peter Satan. Why? Because Peter had a lack of faith. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai told him what had to happen, and Peter, what? And then, well, let's get it. Let's just get it. Let's get it. Let me start at verse 20. Then changed he his disciples that they should tell no man that he was Yahushua Hamashiach. From that time forth began Yahushua to show unto his disciples how that he must go to Jerusalem and suffer many things of the elders and the chief priests and scribes and be killed and be raised again on the third day. So when Peter heard this, what did Peter do? Peter took him and began to rebuke him, saying, Be it far from thee, Lord, this shall not be unto thee. And that's why the Most High said, hey, get behind me, Satan. Your lack of faith is setting you apart from the kingdom right now. That's what he's telling you. You got to lack faith. You got to get that, and you got to drop that. This has to happen. You think Yahushua wanted to come down here and get killed in front of all of us? He even knew that. He didn't even want to do it, but he had to. Nobody wants to come out and get tortured. But through his faith, he knew that those works had to be produced. Those works had to be done. Let's jump around some more. Let's go to the book of Mark. And I just had some old notes. This is just I write all these books of notes. I got another book around here somewhere. This one's my new one. I haven't written. This one's haven't started that one yet. But I like to go back. This class is probably 3 or 4 years old, so I like to go back every now and then and teach it again. See if I was truly in the truth when I was bringing it out, and it sounds like I was doing all right so far. So let's go to the book of Mark, chapter 8. And we're going to start at verse 31. So the devils brought him, saying, If thou cast us out, suffer us to go away into the herd of swine. Ooh, back to the swine again. Man, this class won't let swine go, will it? But that herd of swine, why did he send them into the swine? Because swines are unclean spirits. Swine, the pig is compared to an unclean spirit. Let's keep going. And he said unto them, Go. And when they were come out, they went into the herd of swine. And behold, the whole herd of swine ran violently down a steep place into the sea and perished in the water. And they that kept them fled and went their ways into the city and told everything and what was befallen to the possessed of the devils. And behold, the whole city came out to meet Yahushua, and when they saw him, they besought him that he would depart out of their coast. So when they saw him, they besought him that he would depart out of their coast. We gotta go. They told him to depart. So the whole city came out to meet Yahushua, and when they saw him, they besought him that he would depart out of their coast. They wanted him to leave. That's all there is to it. They wanted him gone. Please depart. It's I guess they were really scared of what happened. Now the thing is that he's just out performing miracles and saving lives, and these people are tripping. Okay, let's go to Matthew. Oh. No. Let me keep reading on Mark. I was supposed to start at 31. And he began to teach me that the Son of Man must suffer many things and be raised and be rejected of the elders and the chief priests and scribes and be killed, and after 3 days rise again. And he spake that saying openly, and Peter took him and began to rebuke him. But when he had turned about and looked on his disciples, he rebuked Peter, saying, Get behind me, Satan, for thou savorest not the things that be of Yahweh, but the things that be of men. So he was really sad. He didn't want to hear that Yahushua was going to be killed, and it was just too much for him. So he called him Satan because why? Because he had a lack of faith. His faith went right out the window when he heard Yahushua was going to be gone. He's oh, hell no, you can't say that to us. But he was like, these things have to happen. The prophecies have to be fulfilled. So, and when he called unto him, and when he called, and when he had called the people unto him with his disciples also, he said unto them, Whosoever will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. Have faith, and whosoever will save his life shall lose it. But whosoever shall lose his life for my sake and the gospel's, the same shall be saved. So whoever goes out and teaches this word and they give up their worldly, carnal, fleshly, I need to watch the game, I need to get the new clothes, I need to have a new iPhone, I got to go to the movies, oh, we're going out to this new bar, this new restaurant. When you put all that stuff aside, when you let all that go, whosoever shall save his life, that's your worldly life. You're going to lose it. If that's what's important to you, you're going to lose all that. But whosoever shall lose his life for my sake and the gospel's, the same shall save it. For what shall it profit man if he gain the whole world and lose his soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and my words, whoever lacks faith in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed, when he cometh in the glory of his Father and of the holy angels. So he's saying, your lack of faith, when you're ashamed, when you try to save your life, you're going to lose all that. But when you humble yourself, when you're meek, when you don't veer to the right or to the left, and you just stay on that sharp and narrow path, ocean of rough waters on one side, freezing cold, fire on the other side, and you're like a tightrope walker. So, and it says that whosoever will save his life shall lose it. So how are you going to lose your life? When you take your hands off the plow That's the only thing keeping you on that tightrope. He that taketh his hands off the plow is no longer worthy of the kingdom of heaven. So you're out. All you do is this, and you fall right off. You do this, you fall right off. So you're no longer worthy of the kingdom of heaven. So what is it? What good is it for a man to lose all of his faith in Yahweh, to bow down to Satan, to gain the whole world, and to lose his own soul? That's why it says, the people that are ashamed of me in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed. I'm ashamed. Can you imagine that, having to face Yahweh Bashem Yahushai after all the things you've done? And you have to face him, and you have to realize that all I needed to do was have faith. Faith would have been my strength in all this. Faith would have been my strength. Even Peter lost faith because he got to be with Yahweh Shai directly. And it must be real hard for a person when you think about it deeply. The king of the earth is here, and he's telling you he's going to get killed. No, man, that can't happen. He was in disbelief. His faith, like I said, went right out the window. But, you know what? Let's just go ahead and stop right there for today. I'm going to go ahead and get Revelation 22 and 12, like always. Gotta bring it. You know what? I'm going to do even better today. I always bring Revelation 22 and 12 out, right? But today, I'm gonna change it up a little bit, and I'm gonna bring out Matthew 20. I'm gonna bring out Matthew 25 and 27. Let's see what it says. Usually, I bring out Revelation 12 and 22 and 12, and it says, "Behold, I come quickly; my reward is with me to give every man according to his work shall be." Right? Let's get Matthew. Let's get that Matthew 16 and 27. Matthew. Yeah, it's 16. I said 25. It's Matthew 16 and 27. It says, "For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works." So you're going to know right away when he shows up whether you were lacking faith or not, because you're going to subconsciously be like, oh shit. And that means that you weren't doing what you were supposed to. And with that being said, if you got eyes to see and ears to hear, I hope you're able to get something out of this message. Shalom.